Thank you for joining us, everyone, wherever you are watching us from. This is City Report Media Chats with Prayer Frederick, and today we are going to be looking at the role of the media in the 2023 elections. So, wherever you are joining us from, thanks for joining us. Welcome to City Reports. Tonight, I have some special media personalities joining me all the way from Jos. I have Mr. Matthew Tega. He's a blogger. He is the team lead MTB Multimedia based in Jos Plateau State. So he is going to be giving us his perspective about the media, the role of the media, and other things that the media can possibly do in our country as we get towards 2023 election. I also have K Crown is joining me. He's a journalist all the way from Lagos. He is joining me on set also via Zoom to talk about this all important issue as we go into the 2023 elections. I also have Babang Damni Damian, right? Yes, is joining me all the way from Abuja or Kaduna. Maybe you confirm that for me when you come on set. So I'll be starting with Mr. Matthew Tega. Mr. Matthew Tega, good evening. Thanks for joining us. Okay,
Thank you very much.
Tega, sorry, you can take your opening remarks again. Thanks for joining us.
Okay, thank you very much, everybody, for joining, for being on this platform today. I'm a blogger, an online entrepreneur, social media influencer, so team lead for MTV. It's also nice being here, looking at the topic for today, talking about the 2020 elections. I think personally, the discourse has already started, and we are all know that the campaigns are about to kick off in the month of September. So hopefully, I'm sure we will be talking more about that. So let me just leave that here. The introduction here. As
recording in progress.
Possibly we will get to discuss further. Thank you very much.
You have the floor. Like I said, Matthew Tega just gave us his opening remarks. He's a blogger, blogger Jos, and he just gave us
you're welcome. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Mr. Frederick, for this opportunity. It's really, I'm a journalist, blogger, and a freelance writer. So, let me just say, I'm really, really happy to be able to discuss the foundation of media and their responsibility, because they are the ones that are actually playing the most important role as gathering information across the country, even to the world. So thank you for having me.
Thank you very much. Okay, I have.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we know that the media is something that it's an organization, an entity that the country cannot do without. The participants, the contestants, the masses, and even the media itself. We rely so much on information so as to make sure that everybody is well informed and carried along as far as the elections is concerned. Now, one of the beautiful roles that the media can play is that they should stay informed. When the media is when I'm talking about the media, I'm talking about the TV, the online, the radio, even the print media. when they stay informed, they will be able to, channel their information properly without any form of bias, without favoritism. One of the roles they can play is that they should stay informed and report as it is. We all know that even before, now that the election has not even started, even the campaign has not even started, we are hearing different news, different stories every day. Someone is carrying from opposition party to another, and all. So when information are not gathered once, they are not in one voice, then we're having a problem even as a media. Whatever I hear from A, I should be able to hear from B. So one of the beautiful roles that they can play is being stay accurately informed, from the source, making sure that the research of every information is well done, not just hearsay, not just to dish out content because they want to create tension or they want to create suspense in the heart of the masses.
So, Mr. Matthew, can you go on? Tell us, is the media prepared for the 2023 election?
Okay, you're talking about the role of the media in the 2023 election. When you're talking about the role of the media, I think the media has a lot to do about the 2023 elections. The media has always played its role past in educating, informing, and entertaining the people. But basically, when it has to do with elections, it has to do with information and education. Now, a whole lot happened. But I think one of the reasons or one of the issues that have been raised in the 2023 election is to make sure that the media brings refocuses, most especially the campaigns, just by 28th of September. So the media are issue based, meaning that they bring forward the issues for the people to be able to analyze. And when it has to do, basically it has to do with educating the people on what the people need to look out for, on what is happening, on about how to vote, what are the issues that candidates are presenting at this point in time.
I think your network is very
electoral empire, talking about INEC, what are doing about the election itself. So the goal of the media is not limited, it's vast, because when you talk about educating both the electorate and trying to pass information from the electoral umpire to the people themselves, it is also one of the goals of the media. So we cannot limit the votes. They get to extend as the case may be. But I think for us to have a peaceful and for us to have a peaceful and successful election, the media must basically sit up and be able to report things that are true and try as much as possible to avoid fake news. So I think, just like I said, it is not limited, it is vast. It has to do basically with informing the people and educating the people. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You cannot say setting the agenda becomes the responsibility of the media entirely. It goes both ways because one, the political parties have manifestos. They have different apart from the manifestos, they are guided by different principles and all that, and it is their responsibility to basically communicate that also to the people. But like I said earlier, setting the agenda is also part of the responsibility of the media, because just like I said, they have to bring the issues to bear. They have to bring the issues to the people for the people to be able to. They have to make even the politicians to be able to make campaigns to be issue based. Talk about the issues that Nigerians are faced with, how they will handle them in their own capacities. So it goes both ways. It means that political parties, the political candidates, should also be able to set the agenda for the people to understand them better, and also to be able to communicate what they need or what they want, their own selling point as a case. This is also the role of the media to be able to take off.
Do you want to throw more light on what we're saying? Just go on.
Is actually right. Talking about the agenda. Why I asked the other time that what agenda are we talking about? The media, we are so much driven. I think based on we really don't want to go deep into what it is. When the politicians, when the candidates, when they set their agenda, some of these media are always trying to play a role that they actually head into it. For instance, now we really don't know the agenda of some of these contestants. We really don't. They've not really given us the main thing, and hopefully during their campaign, like, okay, know the exact thing that they have for us. So now it is true what these people have put out there. It is true that the media will be able to, like, okay, draw its own agenda, but not deviating, not because you don't want to, you don't want to ask, or maybe you don't want to set your own agenda because you don't want you are trying to like favor one party or the other, one candidate or the other. Because you see, this agenda setting is really, really, really very important. Because we, the masses now, for instance, now, I am ignorant of what Tinubu wants to dish out. I'm ignorant of what Peter Obi wants to dish out. So the media should also set the agenda based on what the political parties or the contestants, let's say the contestants are, the candidate are set into. So both media and the candidates should be responsible for setting the agenda for us. Both of them should be, but it should be in line. Whatever the media is setting should be in line with what the candidate is setting for us.
I think I got you loud and clear very well there. Thank you very much, K Crown. I got your point that the politicians have their manifesto, just as Mr. Matthew Tega said, the same thing as what you have just said right now, that it goes is a two-flow situation. No one should say this one should set it, and since they have their manifestos, it's just for the media to screenline what they are presenting to the public. Okay, I have Daman. Okay, Abraka, let me hear you. Sorry if I murder your name. I hope after the show I'll be able to get it better. So can we have your input, please? Sorry for keeping you holding. Your network from your end, we are not sure. So can we have your input?
Sorry, I'm having a kind of issue of light and network as well. First of all, my name is Damian John Babang, a journalist with the New National newspaper here in Abuja. When we're talking about setting an agenda for the 2022 election, it's for both parties, both the media and the those people aspiring, to occupy the offices. You must have to set a roadmap. You must have to set a roadmap. You have to show to the people this is really what you really want at a particular point. At the media as well. It never take the media out of it. That's why I said information is power. So whatever agenda that you set, let the people understand that this is where you are headed. This is what you have in mind. This is what you need to do, even at the cost of the election, so that the people really know this is what you're going after. The media as well too should have a roadmap. They should really know what they are really going after. It's not just being there as media, but they should really know what really they want in that particular scenario. So everything you do, it's a vice versa, it's a two-way thing. So none of them will say that I don't have a particular agenda that I set to be, this is what I want to achieve, So if you look at it, it's a two-way thing. So everybody should have a roadmap. Everybody should have a certain thing that he or she wants for him to be able to achieve a particular aim.
Thank you very much, Mr.
Journalist or blogger, we be so passionate about fake news. You see, fake news has eaten deep into the media. It has eaten deep, and I mean deep, that people don't know what is fake news from the real news. And that is because media, we just don't fact check. They are not exempted when it comes to fake news. And you see, online platforms like Facebook, WhatsApp, they are really, they are the tools that that this fake news that are used in spreading fake news. So now you see, as this election is about to take place, I think the media rather should make sure they fact check every information, because the last time, recently, you see there's a discrepancy, or let's say there's some news flying out between about Tinubu and Peter Obi when it comes to their education background. They said Peter Obi did not graduate from this or this. See, we fact check, if the media has fact checked some of these things, there wouldn't be any issue, as regarding either there's a forged certificate or not. So, and it makes masses to believe that, Peter Obi did not finish. Opposition, and we are trying to you are using fake news to write down a candidate. It is really, really appalling. So, fake news and our media should do better, because we want to give, the right platform. You see, government stations, you hardly find them. I'm talking about terrestrial TVs now. You hardly find them, being a victim of dishing out fake news to the people. But all this online, that is where you see messages. Can you hear me?
You try and run on your thoughts, so I can take Mr. Matitega on that.
All right. So that is where you can see some of these fake news. So we as media, we can always do better. We should fact check. But that is just the right word. Fact checking all informations, all our sources. We should make deep research before dishing out.
Thank you very much. I want to take Mr. Matthew Tega on that. Mr. Matthew Tega, if you can hear me loud and clear, I don't know if you're with us. I can I see that you're muted. So if you can hear me, he just talked about for the media to cross check before they do whatever they do. So how can the media cross check? The noise is from your end,
He
Mr.
said, how can
Matthew
they
Tega.
how can they help
How
the election?
can the media cross check facts? When we talk about fake news, we are going to a massive election 2023. How do we cross check fake news so we don't turn this country upside down?
I think as media practitioners, most media practitioners have various trainings of how to cross-check fake news, and it is really our responsibility to make sure that whatever information is being passed out there is accurate. We notice that whenever there's an incoming election, there is an inflow, or what I see, an overload of information. A lot of misinformation out there, fake news, hate speech, and all that. And I think it is now the role of the media to put out the accurate information out there, to be able to tell people the real issues. I think one of the ways that the media can be able to check fake news is by reaching out to the political candidates, most especially if they see any online story that is purported to be fake. Reach out to campaign offices, reach out to campaign organizations, also be able to reach out to such political candidates for clarity on policy statements or issues that are being raised online. And most especially, we should not be fast to push out information when we are not sure of that kind of information. So all those are some of the ways that we as media persons will be able to push out the accurate information, because it is our responsibility. One of is also by pushing out fake information. You push out fake information, push out it dents your image, and it kills your relevance. So it is the responsibility that the people should be able to trust your medium, trust your platform, trust your person, and be able to trust your story. So we must be able to fact check, just like my colleague just said. We must be able to fact check every information that comes through. And like I said, some of the ways to fact check some of these things is by reaching out to the people who such information concern, reaching out to party offices where the information also is concerned, with also checking up on major news platforms for authentic stories. Be careful from where do you get your information from. It is, I think basically it's more of the role of the general public to also be aware of the different kind of mediums. What kind of news do they spread? Do they spread propaganda, or do they spread accurate or real-time information? So it is our responsibility to do more of the fact check. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Matthew. Now I'll be going to Mr. Abraxin. So you heard both of them rightly. They said we have to cross check, and people should also do their own fact check, and it matters the media that you are actually following. So I would like to know, how can the media help people? Now we are in a season where you say vote for this, vote for that, vote for this person, or vote for that person. How can the media help to make citizens make informed choices without being bullied and also forced to vote because it's from my place?
Something like there is this saying that goes that said, you can take the horse to the river, but you cannot force him to drink water. The media all they do is for them to try their best to see on how we don't know the best. Only the people know the best. If we come out at a particular point in time, coming to see that, okay, this person is the right candidate, this person is the right candidate, you as a media, automatically you have disqualified yourself. So all you need to do is for you to be able to get facts, get the good information, facts about all the candidates, to be able to pass across to the masses. Most especially, sorry to say, when you go to the northern parts, like the deep northern parts, when you're talking about in the media, to be honest, let me just tell you, like majority of them there, like I would say, they don't engage themselves into any kind of media kind of thing. But all they want is their mind. All they have there is their mind. This is my candidate. This is my candidate. So with the media, we're playing our own role by sharing some kind of information, like information. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah, so we are trying. We should try by all means, try our best to be able to make the masses know that this is who and this is that. You understand? So we cannot just stand as a media to say this is the right candidate. For the people to be able to say, okay, this is the person I'm going for. This is the person that people should go for. All we're doing as a media is for us to play our own role, to be able to get a concrete information about every candidate, for the masses to be able to know that this is who is who. You understand? So what my colleague earlier said, you cannot do without false information, like wrong information in the social media. Most especially the social media, for example, like what Kikran said, when you go to all these wrong information, but not that every information is right. Do you understand it? But before you be able to send any information to the public, you should be able to go and make your own research, because we're dealing with a non-fiction. We're dealing with non-fiction. We need something to be real. You understand? So whatever that you're going to do, you don't put yourself on a particular side to say, okay, this is the particular candidate, because the people themselves, they know who they are voting for. All we as media need to do is for us to play our own role, to be able to let them know that.
Okay. I think you're having serious network issue there. So I would like to go back to Mr. Matthew Tega. Mr. Matthew Tega is a very popular blogger right here in Plateau State, and he's a multi-award winner. And so far, we've looked at the role the media can play in the 2023 election. But one thing, Mr. Matthew Tega, that you're so passionate about is about fake news and hate speech. I would like to know, at what point can one say one has actually committed hate speech? And maybe you would like to tell us more. What is hate speech, and at what point can one say one has committed hate speech? Do I have Mr. Matthew? Okay. So K-Crown, maybe you can do justice to that. What is hate speech, and what point can one say hate speech has been committed?
But hate speech is more the point at which people go, the length at which people go in, the hate speech has to do with what you say, what you write about people, learning how to use the right word to qualify things, and there are words that are being changed every day, being given to people to represent either a group of people or a person, and some of these things has to do with them bandwagon, bandwagon. What one person is saying, you keep on saying it. Hate speech is what we see every day, and thank God for social media platforms, like Facebook. They are really, really trying to to use keywords, to reduce the level of hate speech that people say or people make every day. You understand? So they are trying their best to make sure that yes, people don't bully people, because when you start bullying people, then you are actually hating on them. You know, so because you don't prefer a candidate, you you malign them with your words. You understand? So I think when the media I feel there's a bill that should even be passed when it comes to these social media or media reforms. So that people will be able to stick to a particular usage of words. You can't actually control what people say, but you can actually minimize them when I'm using different platforms, different means in conversation, trying to pass information to people. A tribe, hate on a tribe, hate on a person. When you talk about tribe, it's different. When you talk about the person, this person is old, is that, they can't contest, is sick, his hand is shaking. It's actually hate. It's actually hate. So I think what the media can do, or what even the government can do, is to give us, to set up a bill. It's really, it's because we may not know the effect on this thing until someone use an hate speech, to us. And like I said, thank God for Facebook that has always set keywords. There are some words you can't use on Facebook. People, it automatically deletes you or penalize you for that, and there should be a penalty for that. There should be a penalty for that, and that is why even in the media, before anybody goes online, they tell you certain things to say, certain things not to say. When you are saying some certain things on, they flag down, and the NBC has a strict rule, strict penalty for anybody that that makes hate speech statements online. So the media is really, really trying on that, but the masses, it is we, the masses, that should be well educated on about hate speech. So that is my take on that.
Okay. Thank you very much, K Crown. So, Mr. Matthew Tega, if you can hear me, I would like to get your take on that. What are the dangers of hate speech? How deadly can hate speech go? How bad can it go? While we're waiting for him to unmute himself to talk to us, as we rightly said about hate speech, as bad as it can go. But I would like Mr. Matthew to come and respond to the danger of hate speech. But I would like you to look at okay, that was actually what I was asking him. So we'll just go to the social media, influence of the social media. How can the social media influence our voting pattern in 2023? Social media and the media in general, how can they influence our voting pattern? But Mr. Matthew, if you can hear me, you can unmute yourself. Okay. I think we are having a serious network issue right here. All right, this is City Report Media Chat, and we'll be having a conversation on the role of the media as we move into the 2023 general elections. A lot of things are happening, so we are trying to set the pace to see what role that the media can play as we move into the 2023 election. My guests joined me from all the way from Jos. I have Mr. Matthew Tega, who joined me to look at the role of the media and how the media can help us attain a good elections when it comes to the 2023 election. I also have K Crown all the way from Lagos. He joined us to talk about the media and the role it can play too. I have Abraxin Babang here. He joined us from the New National Star newspaper from Abuja to also look at the role the media can play in the 2023 elections. It seems we're having network problems, so I think I have them back with me. Mr. Matthew Tega, can you hear me? Hello, Mr. Matitega, can you hear me? I think we're having serious network problem right here. But my name is Pray Frederick. I want to thank you for joining us wherever you are. And as I rightly said, we are looking at the impact and the role the media can play as we go into the 2023 general elections, the roles and responsibility of the Nigerian media if they are ready for the 2023 elections. We look at hate speech. We also looked at how to cross-check facts before we go to the press. And my guests have done justice to that, though we are not able to take all the questions and answers due to network challenges. But I think at this point, I'll be calling it off. Yeah, I want to thank every one of you for joining us online. Those of you watching us on Facebook, thank you very much for your support and viewing. I want to thank Mr. Matitega. Mr. Matitega is a blogger based in Jos. He's a multi-award winning blogger and is the lead person in MTB Multimedia. He's also my guest today to talk about the Nigerian media and the role it to play. I also have a journalist all the way from Abuja, Mr. Abraxin Babang. He also looked at the agenda setting by the political parties and the media. I also have K Crown, a journalist and blogger all the way from Lagos State, who also contributed to the show. On behalf of the City Report crew, my name is Pray Frederick. Thank you for joining us. Thanks for watching, and do have a nice evening. But don't forget, we have another session coming up by 7 p.m. and we'll be looking at the role of the media and how we can ensure that the elections are issue-based campaigns when the campaigns officially start on the 28th of September. So wherever you were watching us from, don't forget by 7 p.m. tonight, the City Report Media Chat will be returning with the part 2, where I have Praise God Frederick Oboa joining me all the way from Bayelsa. I have Tefa joining me from Cross River and Benue, hopefully. I can't really pick the destination where he is right now. I also have Chabanya Kantiok who will be joining me from Kaduna State by 7 p.m. So don't go away. Stay glued to City Reports. We'll be back by 7 p.m. for the part 2 of our program. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.